Have you ever had something just dumped on you and it was a lot, whether it be emotional or work or anything? All of a sudden it became yours to do. And that is today's stability moment. This happened to Lynnette, one of our vendors for the properties that we manage. This vendor hadn't sent any invoices for like the last several months, and then boom, just this afternoon sent 100 invoices that Lynnette has to go through every single one, and before she closes out the quarter and everything else. So they just sent it to her. And talk about taking a whole Sunday, a whole day of the weekend to get this done because the quarter ends on Tuesday. So I was just thinking how, that, and because I'm here with her and just moving through it, she has to do the actual work. And it was just this, since Steve passed, the vendors have changed significantly, and at this point Lynnette has gotten them to where they're, the people that she has, and it was a machine before Steve. We just had one area of vendors that wasn't exactly doing really well, and that was with the construction management. These are commercial properties, but once Steve, like, everything just started, the people started changing, the companies. One company was going out of business, and we didn't even know it. We were ready to let them go. Lynnette had already found someone else and was moving towards that because it was so awful, the service. And then now this one, the service is not great, and they've been with us for, gosh, like 30 years or something, 25. They've been working with us for a really long time on the properties. And so it's been very surprising, but the people have changed. So a stability moment is when you just get dumped on. Like, what do you do? How do you move through it? And one thing is we are going to invoice them for our time. And and there's other things with the properties. So to a point, to make a point, and more than likely move to another vendor if this continues. So it's moving forward. It's choosing to not to, like, allow that to ruin the day, ruin the mood, ruin the, whatever it is on a Sunday, and and to have a plan. And it's more to get it done today so that it doesn't, by Tuesday, all the rest of the stuff is done. But, she's already against going, getting for the end of the quarter. So what do you do with that? And I was admiring how she went through the emotions, and then it's like, here's what I'm going to do. So she had her moment, moved through the emotions, the frustration, the other things, because other things have not been getting done, moved through all of that emotionally, and then went right to work to, this is the next step, and this is the next step, and this is the next step, and I'll have this done so that I can create the email. I'll have all this so I can create the email, and then to them, and then everything will be done by Tuesday. I'll have everything, not just the work, but actually have some moving towards solution or whatever resolution for her, for where she wants to go, where we want this company to, what we want to do with it. So, and I say Lynnette because she's pretty much managing everything. So I was impressed with that, and I wanted to share that, because when work just gets dumped on you, or somebody just dumps their emotions on you, and it's like, what are you to do with it? Well, you decide if it's yours to do, and then you take the first step. There's to get overwhelmed, to move through the emotions is first and foremost, and then that stability spiral, you think about that and it's like pause and recognize that, sorry about that, I didn't put my my mic on, but to pause and to create a micro stability. She came and I made her dinner, and a light dinner, and then we talked through, and she explained, this is what I'm gonna do, these are the steps I'm taking. And she said, I was so upset, and now I'm okay, now I'm just moving through it. And I was just like, wow, you talk about amazing, just to be able to do that. And I watched all the work that since her dad has passed, Steve, my hubby, her dad, just how she's grown, and how the stability moments, like us moving through that, just watching her grow. I can see myself grow, and I've seen myself grow immensely, but to watch your child in the midst of torment. Sorry, that's Spanish. I was like tormenta. I was thinking like a storm, not torment, but I was thinking in Spanish, a storm, like in the midst of storms. And I wouldn't say we're in the midst of a storm at this point. We're on the other side, but there's still all that, like everything dredging up and stuff coming to the shore from the after effects still kind of happening. So I'm very impressed, and I wanted to share that with you because it's so beautiful to watch the unfolding of my child. And I share this with you because I'm hopeful that what I share, you take back to your loved ones, to your family, to your children, to your siblings, to the people that you love, and you show them how you move through, how you master your emotions. Doesn't mean you don't experience them, and it doesn't mean that you don't have issues, that you're not lifing. You literally are moving through life, and you're going to have challenges. It's how you move through those challenges and choose to find peace within it, and without all the programs that it triggers and the feelings and everything, because at the same time you're rewiring your brain. You're rewiring your brain with the programs that you choose, that show you what you can do and what can be done, rather than what can't be done and what you can't do. And that is the rewiring of the brain, the brain's ability to rewire itself, neuroplasticity, which is such a very importante part of what I teach and share. And that app is 30 days free, 21 days to change a habit and all that. 21 days, what can you do in 30 days with your brain and rewiring for the programs that you choose? Self-esteem is the foundation, so a healthy self-esteem. Imagine this world with all the children that had a brain that was wired for healthy self-esteem. Can you imagine the classroom and the playground? Can you imagine no bullies? Can you imagine now in the workplace, these children that have grown up and now they're you and me, and they've rewired their brains for what they can do and what can be done, and they're not focused on their limitations or anyone else's programs. It's like, your programs are not my programs. Your stress is not my stress. That was Lynnette's. Your stress is not my stress, Mommy. Boy, that got me. That was like 3 or 4 years ago. I was like, what? And I got really upset. It was like, I didn't even want to talk to her, because I thought, what is that? Is that back talk or what? You don't want to help me? What? And then it was when I got so quiet, and I was like, man, she's right. That's me. Like, being stressed, that's like, why would I put that on her? Anyway, I see a world where we're all wired for success as we see success. So I wanted to share that moment when someone just throws all their stuff at you all at once. And this is like literally managing the properties. And so these invoices, 100 invoices, need to be taken care of, and all at once for, and it's interesting how, because I thought it's like, well, the work isn't getting done, so because there's a lot of follow up, and so it's a little surprising, but the point is that there's also to have seen that they weren't coming in is another part, and that recognition is like, well, that's something that we should have seen through the month, that they hadn't come in yet. But so it's not just all them, but it's like that's huge, because there wouldn't normally be that many anyway. I mean, it's huge. So the amount of work. But my point is, it doesn't matter about that. It's not what happens, it's how you deal with it, period. The things that happen, that's lifing. That's something that we chose. Like you've chosen your life, we've chosen our life. I've chosen mine, she's chosen hers. Like that's something that, whether you believe that or not, at what we can agree is that, I hope that we can agree that we're the ones in charge of managing ourselves, and how we manage it can be incredibly empowering versus disempowering. And I watched her go through a very empowering way to move to the other side, and she's more than halfway through doing that work now on a Sunday, and I'm very, very proud of her. And she has been doing the work, just as I have, practicing the stability spiral, practicing the, whatever it is, the microstability. She knew she was hungry, came down, took a break. We had a conversation, moved through it. I went back up with her. We looked at it, and it just creating capacity. Again, the stability spiral for not the programmed reactor, because the programmed reactor would have been, rah, and whatever it is, and gotten very upset, and would have ruined the whole day, would have, and would be, it would just be a different story compared to now. It's managed stress. It's working through it. It's taking a step, taking a next step. Okay, this is where we're at now. Now what? And then the next step. And now what? And that's how she's moving through it. And so that stability spiral, that's the internal operator. That's the state of the internal operator. And the internal operator takes control and creates capacity with that microstability of taking a moment to nourish herself, and taking some time to breathe, and then, okay, now I need to get back to it. But now I can go with capacity. Now I've created capacity that gave me clarity to make the choice of how I want to move myself forward, which created access, because that's the whole point. It's not about solving anything or stopping the energy, getting the issue stuck in your tissues. It's about creating that access to the full brain to do what it is needing to do, rather than coming from the programmed reactor state, which is to spiral out of control and go to the negative programming that stops us, sabotages us, slows us down, that is basically in survival mode, programming for survival mode, where we're just using a very teeny part, the amygdala, the very teeny part of the brain. And so there's no options of how to do things. Like if she had just come from complete anger, and it would have been survival mode and shut down, and it would have just been doing what she had to do, and with no okay, I'm going to put all this together, I'm going to invoice them for my time, I'm going to all the things. Now there's options, and whatever else, the things that she's going to do. So I wanted to share that with you, because that having that access to the full brain, to the full heart, because it's also the heart, the brain, the heart. You coming from love and compassion, is there part of this, I should have seen it, you know, myself, and but not this much, or whatever else. I mean, but just being open, and not being like, "Ugh," and having. I find myself telling little stories like, "But not this much," and because I'm a mommy, and then I stop myself. It's like, wow, look at that self-talk. So this is the part where you just start to take control of your life, and the peace that you can create because of that is monumental, and it's actually foundational, and it actually becomes your default. You actually move to that, and I watched her move through the emotions, and then that default of the microstability, so that she could create capacity, which gave her clarity, which then gave her choice, because she's open, like the whole brain's open, the heart's open, the gut, the intuition, like it's all open. And even though there's still emotions, now it's not emotions that are just shutting her down, and now she's not in survival mode. She's now in, what's the next step? What's the next step? What are the options? How can I do this? And that's where she's at now. So I love you so very, very much. Or you can do, be, change, have, create, become, absolutely anything. I am so proud of your progress as well. We are on day 86, I believe, of the 365. And, you know, I believe in you, as I believe in me, and I believe in my daughter. I believe in humanity. I believe in you, that we can do this, and that you can have a much better life. Yep, I believe in you. You can do this. As always, shining my light to brighten yours. We will see you tomorrow for day 86. Or is it 87? I should write these things down. See ya. Ciao.